Morning, YouTube. Morning, School of Light. We're in Joshua chapter 20, Cities of Refuge. And a little bit about the School of Light. We are a correspondence through the mail Bible study system for ages 4 through adults, multiple languages, anywhere within the United States. The big vision is to get a online university for School of Light so that the correspondence would be shortened. You can, right now, you have to ask for it. We send it to you in the mail. Once you get it, you send it back. We grade it. Then once you finish it, we send out the next one. And then you finish the series, we send you a certificate of completion. If we have the internet version, you'll be able to go online, answer questions, get response immediately, finish the series even in a day, get your certificate of completion even in a day, and really accelerate the process of getting God's word into your heart, which is the main aim. The main aim. All right, chapter 20, Cities of Refuge. Then the Lord said to Joshua, tell the Israelites to designate the cities of refuge as I instructed you through Moses, so that anyone who kills a person accidentally and unintentionally may flee there and find protection from the avenger of blood. When he flees to one of these cities, he is to stand in the entrance of the city gate, state his case before the elders of that city. Then they are to admit him into their city and give him a place to live with them. If the avenger of blood pursues him, he must not surrender the one accused, because he killed his neighbor unintentionally and without malice aforethought. He is to stay in that city until he has stood trial before the assembly and until the death of the high priest who is serving at that time. Then he may go back to his own home in the town from which he fled. So they set apart Kadesh in Galilee, in the hill country of Naphtali, Shechem, in the hill country of Ephraim, and Kiriath Arba, in the hill country of Judah, on the east side of the Jordan of Jericho, the designated Bezer, in the desert on the plateau in the tribe of Reuben, Ramoth, and Gilead, in the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan, in the tribe of Manasseh. Any of the Israelites or any alien living among them who killed some accidentally could flee to these designated cities and not be killed by the avenger of blood prior to standing trial before the assembly. Now, the family heads of the Levites approached Eleazar, the priest, Joshua, son of Nun, and the heads of the other tribal families of Israel at Shiloh and Canaan, and said to them, the Lord commanded through Moses that you give us towns to live in with pasture lands for our livestock. So as the Lord had commanded, the Israelites gave the Levites the following towns and pasture lands. Okay, so chapter 20 is basically the city of refuge. If you were to uh, kill someone unintentionally, it was a place where you can go without having to like go into prison, and that makes a lot of sense. There's a verse that's coming to mind in the Bible that says, if somebody's swinging their axe and the head flies off and strikes your neighbor in the head and he dies, total type of accident, or you're working, you're helping them or something like that, cutting trees, and he asks you to cut a certain part and it fails and he's standing there and it gets, you know, kills him or maims him or something like that. So these are places that you could go. Um, Interesting. I've always looked at this as myself in a way. I had uh, intentionally when I was a teenager beat up this guy in his early 30s because he had bought alcohol for us, and after we were drinking some, he didn't want to share the rest with us. He drank like halfway through, and I guess he thought he was going to keep the rest. Even after we shared some with him already, and you know, that's kind of been my link to the cities of refuge because I should have been the one in prison. I should have been the one, at least spend, you know, a year in jail or something like that. Um, there would have been no city's refuge for me. There was a beating. I don't know how it would have been played out, but God worked it out, and my life has completely changed, completely different. I you know, was gone from this area where I'm recording now. This place called Obetas, where I was born, not born, but where I was raised, and raised like from the second day I was born. And when I left here, I was going down a path that was like, I don't know, just destructive path. And then through a series of events, God came into my life, or I came into His life, or I came, or we, how do you say? I wasn't lost because God didn't lose me, but I was not serving God at all. And my life was showing it. I was going the wrong way fast. And now, because my father died a little over 2 years ago, I'm back here in New Mexico, and I'm reading the Bible live, YouTube, that I'll put on the Facebook page for the School of Light. So, praise be to God. In between those 20 some years, I had so much freedom, so much um, travels in military, um, had a marriage, relationships, ups and downs, goods and bads. Um, had a stepdaughter through the marriage. Um, had some really neat experiences with people, really tough times as well. But here I am in the Betas, reading the Bible. You know, try to make that every day, then meditate on it. Because Psalms 1 says, "Blessed is he who does not walk in the way of the wicked, stand in the way of the sinners, or sits in the seat of mockers, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. And on God's law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in due season, whose leaves never wither. Whatever he does prospers. Not so the wicked, for they are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore, the wicked would not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assemblies of the righteous, for the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish." Is that right? I have, let me tell you a little bit about the morning. Um, my daughter's alarms didn't go off. She's a high school ninth grader. And so woke up about an hour late. My mom walks in. "Hey, you guys are, 6:45. We're supposed to be at 5:50, but she's supposed to be at 5:50. 6:45. Oh my gosh, you know. So she's gonna miss first period and everything. That's no big deal. But I do need to get off here so I can get ready to take her, make breakfast and stuff like that first. Don't forget the spiritual food breakfast. Read God's word, read it out loud. If you like a Bible study, hit us up. School of Light Facebook page. Um, and you can search School of Light on Google, Clarksville, Tennessee.